The FTT token by bankrupt exchange FTX is going up more than 30% today. What's going on? There are some news, but let's also look at some on-chain statistics to have an idea whether or not this rally could potentially last longer. Let's look at the data most people aren't considering. Let's see what's actually happening over the last months. Is there potentially some opportunity most people are overlooking? So here's the rally I'm talking about. We are currently at $2.08, up more than 30% today. Here's the news. It appears that all FTX creditors will get their money back. And this is of course very positive for the FTT token because it's written here at the top of the CoinMarketCap page. The FTX bankruptcy proceedings are underway. The FTT token no longer is in use and may be liquidated by the estate to pay creditors, but maybe not, because apparently there is enough money. And this is what's pushing up the price. So we are up more than 30% today. We are up more than 50% this week. But of course, here it goes. At some point, the FTT token was at above $70. And here is when FTX declared bankruptcy. That's when the massive crash happened. But this is crypto. And of course, we can still buy assets by bankrupt companies. Just have a look. Most trading volume happens on Binance and on Gate.io. Here's the relative chart of FTT to Ethereum. So I always like to look at relative performance to Ethereum because a lot of assets are coupled in Ethereum-based liquidity pools. And at the beginning, FTT was simply just riding with Ethereum, right? Pretty much in a sideways trading range. Then came the bankruptcy, the massive crash, a subsequent bleed with some people buying a bit later. Then some fake news around an FTX relaunch that then subsequently got sold off again. And now we see the recent rally, which is caused by those recently positive news. So yes, this is a news-driven token, but let's have a look at who's buying and selling here. Is this the whales that push up the price with this news, or is this small retail? Who's actually buying into FTT now? To answer this question, I have built a tool that distinguishes retail from the whales. The tool is available for the premium members. It's down below, thebitcoinstrategy.com. You can plug in any Ethereum-based token in this tool and look at those charts. On the left side, we see the number of wallets that hold at least 500 FTT tokens. So at the current price, that's a bit over $1,000. That's what I'd consider small retail on the Ethereum chain because Ethereum has very high gas fees, right? In the middle, we've got medium-sized retail. So that's now a 10x in minimum holding. So you need now 5,000 tokens, so $10,000 worth of the token. On the right, we've got the whales. That's the number of wallets that hold at least $100,000 worth of FTT. Now, over the years, this went up quite nicely. Isn't that surprising? Because over the years, FTT did not outperform Ethereum. A lot of that has to do with token inflation. There were simply just more FTT tokens floating. And as the supply expands, the number of holders or the capital that's bound up in a token has to expand at the same rate in order for the price to just stay flat. And that's what happened at the beginning. We also see that the number of medium-sized retail and the number of whale wallets increased, not as quickly though. Nowadays, there is no circulating supply issue anymore. 93% has already been issued. And it's questionable if any additional tokens will be issued. Because again, the centralized exchange that underpins this token is now defunct. Let's check out what happened to the number of holders in the last month. So where the price went up by 17%, we pretty much went sideways for most of the time. Here are the same charts just for the last month. So each data point here is an hour. We can look at the last 30 days. Again, retail accumulated, medium-sized retail as well. The whales as well slightly. It's not massive accumulation. It's from 1,420 holders to 1,500 holders. But still, given that this is still a dead project by a defunct exchange, that's pretty impressive. And so I believe whenever there will be positive news around FTX again, around the bankruptcy proceedings, then of course the price will shoot up again. Similar to Dogecoin, right? When Dogecoin gets tweeted by Elon Musk, then the price shoots up. And what usually happens is that subsequently the price bleeds again, at least relative to Ethereum. So what I believe makes a lot of sense is to simply just look at where is potentially currently a floor. And after the massive collapse that happened in April of 2023, right? Then we simply just went sideways most of the time. There wasn't too much risk anymore in holding FTT relative to Ethereum. And then when positive news come, then we get our nice rallies, in this case 250% almost. But then we bleed again. Now we got positive news again. Let's see how longer this can last. But at some point the rally will die as well. And then I believe we will continue to bleed again until we go to a certain floor. When there's no more bleed relative to Ethereum, then it might make sense to buy even a dead project. Simply because sometimes there are still good news. So if you want to plot a chart like this, right, and you want to look at the relative valuation to Ethereum, this is, I believe, what matters most, then you go to tradingview.com, you enter FTT USD /ETH USD, and then you press enter, and then you get exactly this chart. If it's your first time here, feel free to subscribe. I publish videos regularly. A like would be very much appreciated as well. It helps the channel grow. Feel free to check out Premium to get access to the tool. Feel free to also join our free Telegram. The link is down below. Looking forward to seeing you there. Cheers.